Hello everybody, my name is Caretaker, and I'm back in the grave being another episode of F5 Refresh, and I'm finally off of my monstrous hiatus. I apologize for taking so long. I hadn't meant for it to be this long. I only wanted to go for about a week or two, but I've been having issues like crazy. My brother's had company over almost every day, and it's been a rough ride this month, and a little bit of last month. But anyway, we're back. I'm back. Yeah, anyway. So, today, I haven't gotten any F5 Refresh emails at all. So if you want to submit, I've had the picture up right now. It's caretakersghosts@yahoo.com. If you want to submit a question or ask for advice and just anything like that, just send an email there and I will respond to it in the next video next Friday. And if I don't get enough or anything like that, I might just answer the question that I get if I get one, and I'll do it in their advice column, possibly. But anyway, there is something that I wanted to talk about today that is very difficult for me to type out. I don't know why I find things difficult to type out. It's just easier for me to talk. But I want to give people advice, and it's something I noticed in my life and other people's lives, and something I wanted to address was living for yourself. And I know that sounds really selfish, like, what do you mean, live for myself? But let me put it this way. When you live your life solely focused on what other people think of you and what you can do to make their lives better, you lose yourself. Every time you help someone and put yourself back and you sit yourself, well, you're giving a part of yourself away. Every time you do a good deed and you forget yourself, you forget that you exist, or you put yourself put them before you give up a little bit of yourself. And I know that sounds like a caretaker. What do you mean? That sounds absurd. That's weird. What do you mean? A lot of people I've noticed that are very kind and shy and honestly don't like hurting people, and they generally do want to help people, tend to be really, really, really closed off. And when you tell them to do things for themselves, they don't agree with you. Or they say, there's no way I can do that. I'm the same way. Whenever someone tells me to do something, caretaker, take care of yourself. Like, seriously, go do something for yourself. What's wrong with you? I don't need anything. I'm perfectly happy. I'm good with myself. But it took me a long time to get to where I am. I used to hate who I was. And looking back on it, I can see why I did. I was really closed off. I pushed people away. I still helped people, and I was always there for them. But I always pushed them away. And for the longest time, I kept asking myself, who the fuck am I? Because you always get that question. Well, what kind of person are you? What do you do? And I would just sit there and stutter or just mumble over myself or go, shit. Because I couldn't answer that question. And it never really dawned on me that the reason I couldn't answer that question was because I was never myself around people. I was always who they needed me to be. I was always giving myself away to people when I was helping them. And I did it too much. And I didn't think about myself. And I ended up hurting myself a lot. Now, before anybody asks, no, I don't cut. I think cutting is fucking stupid. And please don't give me the spiel on why you do it. And it's not meant to offend anyone, but it really does piss me off. And I have friends who do it, and I've spoken to them about it, and they know not to bring it up because it is a sensitive subject. I don't get offended or anything. It's just something I'm really adamant about, and I know it bothers people when I say it's stupid, and I'm just not going to get into that. You can ask me later if you really want to know. Anyway, I always treated myself poorly. That's how I hurt myself. When I was younger, my suicide idea of choice was to just basically ignore everything and do dangerous shit. Granted, it was fun as hell, but I also ate like crap. I mean, I ate candy and junk food and soda and all this stuff. My dad constantly warned me that doing it was going to kill me. And that's what I wanted. I didn't care. I didn't give a shit. I was helping people. I wanted to go. I didn't care. I didn't know who I was. Why should I care about my own life? And I know what I just said probably doesn't make a lot of sense because I was talking about helping other people and but a lot of those people generally don't want to live. They don't. And I think the reason they don't, and I'm saying I think because I don't want to come out as an asshole and be the reason they don't want to, and I'm 100% correct based on pure... No, this is just my own personal experience. But a lot of the people I've met who are the kindest people I've ever had the pleasure of speaking to or having in my life want to die. It's so weird to wrap my head around it because they're so talented. Artists, singers, writers, all these amazingly gifted people, and they don't care. I mean, they care, but when they do something amazing that blows me away, it's like, really? You like that? Okay. They're like, it's just something I did. And it never dawns on them how amazing they really are. And I always see them trying to help other people, and the last thing they ever want to do is hurt someone. So they hurt themselves. And that's what I mean for living for yourself. When you live for other people, you give yourself away. You forget that you are just like them. You need help too. And that's okay. It's okay to look at someone and say, no, or that bothers me. Unless you're a fucking whiny little brat trying to say, oh my god, the word cinnamon offends me. Shut the fuck up. You know, there's a difference between being legitimately bothered by something and being oversensitive. I hate that crap. But I mean, what I'm getting at is, and this is my own personal interpretation, so I'm able to speak in a different way. You may understand where I'm coming from. But imagine yourself as a puzzle piece. You're a puzzle. Okay, not a piece, but you're a puzzle. Your life is a big puzzle. And every time you have an experience with someone, you exchange pieces. You're all one big puzzle. That's your life. You're exchanging pieces of a puzzle. They give you a piece of them, you give them a piece of yourself. But when you push that piece away, let's say I helped a friend of mine through a really emotional time, I gave him my piece. He didn't give anything back to me. I mean, it was an experience, but it was more of a thing for him. It was something he needed, so I gave him one of my pieces. And then later on, he tries to help me, and I say, no, I'm fine, and I push him away, and I ignore him. I don't get a piece. I don't get anything from that. I stay in my shell. Nothing changes. And I'm wording this horribly wrong, I know, because I'm talking about, you know, staying the same but giving away your pieces. But think about this. You slowly keep giving away yourself. You keep helping other people, and you steadily push yourself further and further back, and further back, and further back, and further back, until eventually you just forget. You completely forget who you are. And when you hear your voice, it sounds so far away. And you try to tell people, like, this is who I am. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I'm a musician. I'm a singer. But they don't hear it. They just hear this soft little whisper. And they don't hear the cries for help. And they don't hear you. What you should be doing is telling them, I'm a writer. This is what I wrote. I think it's awesome. Check out this artwork I made. Yeah, it's the best. I want to improve, but I think this is amazing. I'm really rocking this stuff. Be like, hey, I'm a musician. I just learned this chord progression, and it sounds really awesome, and I want to make a song out of it someday. I want you to listen, you know. And it's when you gotta be able to open up and talk and be proud of yourself. Like I said, when you're giving yourself away to other people, what is there to be proud of? You've given it all away. And when you get to a state where I was when I was severely depressed, where I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I could do, how can I be proud of that if I don't know what I'm looking for? Like, just imagine a statue that was on a pedestal, and every so often someone comes by and chips off a piece. Just keep chipping off a piece until it's nothing but legs or a hand left behind, or just the pedestal. Yeah, it's got a name, it's got a title, but you still don't know what it was. And I think that's kind of what happens when you push yourself down and you don't try to make yourself feel good, and you don't acknowledge the amazing person that you are. Yes, you listening to this. Sometimes you gotta be selfish, and you gotta tell yourself, I'm fucking awesome. You know, you just gotta own up to that. Am I the best person in the world? No, I'm getting chubby, I might lose my job, and it's a crappy job at that, but it gets paid. And I don't really have any talent. I'm good at video games, I'm good at helping people, but when it comes down to it, I don't really have anything in my life that really screams out like, this is me. But I have something. I have the urge and the drive to be a better person. I'm working out, I'm eating better, I'm getting back into my videos, I'm writing, I'm gonna start writing more, because I know I can write, I know I can, I just need to learn. I need to take advice from people. I need to talk to more people. Because one of the biggest things I miss is talking with my friends. I used to get in these big Skype calls with all these people, and some of them I did regret, but I was in one recently, and I remembered how much fun it was just shooting the shit and just making stupid jokes and having fun playing a game with someone. And I miss that. I missed being myself. Because a lot of times when I talk to people, I shift masks. I got a mask on for every occasion. Oh, I'm at work, better put on this one. This is the one where I act super cheerful on everybody, and I'm super happy, and I'm greeting everybody, and have a good day, sir, and I'm super polite. Which is me, but that's not the whole me. I swear like a sailor. I mean, I'd make a sailor proud, I think. But, you know, it took me a long time to finally decide who I am. And I could never tell anyone until now. Now that I finally decided who I am. And it was such a simple thing that I kept overlooking because I was living for other people. I was living for their expectations. I was living for what they thought of me, not what I thought of myself. I always wanted to be something more for my dad. I always wanted to be something more for my teachers. I always wanted to be something more for my friends. I always wanted to be something that someone would remember. Something someone would be proud of. But I didn't think for 1 second about what I could do to make myself proud. I only cared about what other people thought about me. And now, I'm just proud of me. Because that's what I am. I'm me. I'm Caretaker. Nice to meet you. And whether you're new to the town or old to the town, it's nice to meet you. Whoever you are. Because you are the only one. Not a musician, not a singer, not an artist, not a poet. You are you. Whoever you are the only one there is. There could be someone similar, there could be someone better, there could be someone worse. But when it comes down to it, you're the only you there's ever going to be. And even if you don't think that people don't remember you or people don't care, I can guarantee you there will always be someone that will surprise you. Every time. Because every time I tell myself, there's no way people know me. There's no way people care. I see a random page go, oh my god, I watch your videos, or oh my god, I made your fan art, I love your page. And it always takes me by surprise. Because here I am thinking, I'm fucking nothing, I'm worthless, I can't do anything, nobody finds me entertaining. And then fan art comes rolling in, and a word of praise, and someone says hello. And that's all it takes to really build someone up and get them back into who they are. But it starts with you. And I know people have said, you know, you can't love anyone if you don't love yourself. And I don't think that's 100% true. I understand where it's coming from, where you become so dependent on other people that you fall in love with the idea of the relationship. Like, you're not really in love with that person. You're just in love with the fact that you're with someone and they're there for you. And that's not right. You should love them, not the fact that you're together. And I think part of you do need to love yourself for that. But I think it's okay, because sometimes other people can make us love us. Like my girlfriend. Every so often, she'll just randomly go, I'm proud of you. You were such an amazing person, and I love you. And the first time I heard it, it just took me so much by surprise, I didn't know what to type back. And while at work, I got reprimanded. Again, you know, if anybody knows my videos, blah, 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 I get in trouble a lot. They just don't like me. For some of it, I agreed. I have my phone out because it's the only time I can talk to my girlfriend. And yes, I do talk to people too much. It's a bad habit. But I know I get my work done. But the biggest thing in the back of the back of my head that I said I wanted, that would make me work harder than I already am, would be just a little bit of recognition. Just for someone to stop and say, hey, Caretaker, you did fucking amazing today. Like, oh my god, everything was on point, you were on time, you listened, yeah. And it would build me up so much. But I also can't let that get me down. Because I know what I do, and I'm damn proud of me and what I do. Even if it's something small or insignificant as saying hello and giving someone a smile, I know that I've done something to help someone. And I know who I am. I am Caretaker. I'm here to help people. I'm here to enjoy life. Because I think at the end of the day, when you focus more on other people's lives and how you can please them or keep them happy, you lose sight of what makes you happy and what makes you you, because you're giving it all away. You know? You gotta be proud of yourself. And don't take your past as the means to judge your future or where you are now. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my past. Things that I am just so insanely embarrassed to talk about, and ashamed, to be quite frank. But if I spent my entire time focusing on that, on who I was, I would never move forward. I would fall back into those old habits. I would fall back into doing what I did back then. Your past shouldn't be a weight to weigh you down, because people change. I will never, ever, ever believe when someone says, people are always the same, they never change. That is fucking ridiculous. Are you trying to tell me that I'm the same person I was when I was 5 years old? Because that phrase does not make any sense. I have grown up so much. I am 26 years old, and I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring out how to be me. But at the end of the day, I know that I've changed for the better. And I know that even if it's just one person who can look at what I've said and pull themselves up, me like, yeah, I'm me. Yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and that's awesome. Yes. That's one person who will remember me. I don't need to be recognized by everyone. I don't need to please everyone. I don't need to be famous or rich. It'd be nice, though, not gonna lie. I would like to get there, but I don't need that in my life. What I need is to be happy. And to be happy, I just need to be myself. And I think that can go a long way for a lot of people. Just in closing, because I've been rambling for a while now, at the end of the day, remember who you are. And remember that you matter as well. Because it doesn't matter how many people you help if you let yourself fall apart. Because people will pick and tear and take every single piece of your puzzle away from you until you're nothing but a piece and you don't fit with anything. And that's when you can't figure it out. But that doesn't mean you can't build yourself up. That doesn't mean you can't rebuild your puzzle. You can always make more pieces. Because an experience doesn't require someone else. It doesn't require whatever. It can be you just going to the park. It can be you stepping outside to look at the sky, watching the stars, picking up constellations and, talking about the Lord to yourself, drawing a character, writing a story, taking a walk and enjoying life. You can always build yourself back up. But at the end of the day, I want you, the person watching this, to be proud. Even if that's what it takes for you to sit there in the mirror or before you go to bed, say, I am me, and I am damn proud of who I am. Nobody can take that from you. That's yours. That is your core. That is your that's your last piece. Or your corner piece. I'm sorry, that's your corner pieces. When you have all four of those corner pieces in place and you start building in from there, you got a good foundation. Your corners start coming in, you start getting the big picture of what it could be. And remember that you're always growing. You're always putting pieces in. You are an amazing person, and I am proud of you. Don't ever let anyone take that from you. Always be proud of yourself. Always be happy about your accomplishments, no matter how small. Set a goal for yourself. Even something simple as I'm going to draw a picture a day or a picture every week. Because it's better to set a small goal and accomplish them than to set a big goal and end up not making it and tearing yourself down because you couldn't do it. And if you fail, it's okay, because you can always pick yourself back up and try again. And that's one of the most important things you can do, is keep trying, because you are worth something. You matter. And you got to make sure that in your head, you matter to you, because it doesn't matter who else you matter to. It's important, in a relationship, it's good that you matter to your significant other, and it's good that you matter to other people, because it's nice to be loved like that. But it's more important that you matter to you, that you feel that you are worth, like I am worth something. And remember that life isn't set in stone. It's not just one little path you follow and you have to go down that way. You don't need to have a reason to be alive. Why do you need a reason? Like, that's something I've never understood, is why do I need a reason to live? Why can't I just live and see what happens? Because you don't know. And putting a reason on yourself makes it seem like that's all you're good for. And that's not true. You're good for a lot of things. And people change. We learn how to do new things. You were amazing. That's what we are. That's what makes us people. We can do so many things. And it's insane. So don't live for your purpose. Don't tell people, well, this is the reason why I'm alive. Like, this is why I live. Like, this is the sole purpose I am here on earth. This is my life purpose, or whatever the fuck it's called. Just live your life and enjoy it. It's a journey. Have fun. Don't let someone rope you in and say, like, this is what you're good for and nothing else. Because you're just not gonna enjoy life. You're gonna miss out on things because you're always gonna think, well, this is all I'm good for. And you never know. You might have some hidden talent. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. So, as I said before in the beginning of the episode as well, if you want to submit a question or advice or just anything, you can contact me at caretakersghosts@yahoo.com. You can see in the picture above. But it's great to be back. I hope my ramblings helped someone, and I really hope I spoke in a way that people understood. I've always had a little bit of trouble with doing that, but it's just kind of my thing. So I hope that it helped someone. I hope this was good advice. I just hope that someone feels better. I hope that you were proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you. And I'm going to be headed to the grave. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to town, everyone.